Good evening, everybody. It is I, your friendly host, Alicia Anspaugh, and this is the Psychic RoundTable. As you saw earlier, this is Mercury Retrograde tips and gab session, and anybody who talks to me for more than 2 minutes knows that I can gab. I will talk your freaking ear off. And to confirm that, AngelLynn, how good am I at talking people's ears off?
His on too.
What are you eating? All right, I'll let you get back to that, and I will. That was awkward. Sheena.
Hey.
So tell me, how much can I gab people's ears off?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Fair enough. So, and you can even see we have a special background here. Let me see if I can. No, not quite. No. There we go. That's what I'm trying to show off there. There we go. Mercury Retrograde tips and gab session. It took me about, 10 minutes with AI trying to no, please have Mercury wearing clothes. This needs to be safe. This needs to be, YouTube safe. Yeah. Otherwise, I think AngelLynn's eating Taco John's right now. And AngelLynn, just like Earl, Earl is on his way. Earl's almost home. I told him to just get on when he gets home. And now AngelLynn I'm going to let her finish eating. She doesn't realize I can actually see her eating. Oh, okay. She's mouthing something. Yes, she does know that I can see everything she's doing. So, and I'm not trying to make fun of her. I know she thinks I seem to have it out for her. Just, especially with Mercury retrograde, it's going to affect her just as much as it affects me and my mother-in-law and a lot of other people I know that happen to be Geminis or Virgos, like my stepdad or dad number 2, as I occasionally like to call it.
Is it in Gemini? I thought it was in Leo.
No, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, actually.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Leo is ruled by, I almost said Mars. That's not right. Hey, honey, which one rules Leo?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's not Aries. I don't think it's Sagittarius.
Yes.
Of course. Yes. And yeah, I'm saying planets here. Yeah, Aries is ruled by Mars. Leo's
ruled by the sun.
Fair enough. I'm guessing you looked it up.
No, just Leos are the sun. Yeah.
Okay. And so, I think AngelLynn is not quite done yet. And so, no, AngelLynn, finish eating. Then I'll bring you on. Okay? Don't shake your head at me. I can read lips sometimes. So, Yeah, and the sad part is, as far as learning which planets rule what, I learned a lot of that by watching Sailor Moon.
That could be an idea.
Well, yeah, no, it's like Sailor Moon. Cancer rules the moon, and the characters were basically in the same zodiac signs as the planets that rule those signs. Like Sailor Mars was actually in Aries. Sailor Jupiter was a Capricorn, if I remember correctly, and Sailor Mercury, strangely enough, my favorite out of all of them, she was actually a Virgo. Gemini and Taurus got left out of all those.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Gemini and Taurus, for some reason, did not get any kind of representation amongst the Sailor Scouts.
I saw a video on TikTok, was it a couple of days ago, and I seen this girl, and she was like Sailor Moon of Mexico, and it was actually pretty cute. I was like, wow, I wonder why they never really did more Sailor Moons. You know what I mean?
They did quite a bit, actually, because there was the original Sailor Moon. You see, you're going down one of my geek roads here. We're talking about anime, because I know there was Sailor Moon. The first arc, which only featured the original 5 scouts, and then there was the second arc, which featured Chibi Moon. Come to find out, it was Usagi's daughter. And I say Usagi, not Serena. Usagi would kick Serena's ass any day of the week, right?
I'm gonna have to watch Sailor Moon now. I think I vaguely remember watching it when it was like newish, like original, but I kind of never kept up with it after that.
Yeah. Well, then there's also Sailor Moon S, because those first like 2 major arcs was like Sailor Moon R. Then there's Sailor Moon S, which introduced the outer planets, Uranus and beyond, all the way through Pluto.
Hey,
what?
Are you going to put AngelLynn on the screen?
She's eating.
Okay.
I figured I'd let her finish, and she's sitting there. AngelLynn's like, no, put me on. I can do this. I can eat and go live at the same time. And
all right, let me end it.
Anyway, after Sailor Moon S, there was actually Sailor Moon Stars, which was, I think, it was close to 150 episodes in all.
Wow. Where do you watch? Where can I watch them, or do you have to buy them? Hulu.
Watch them on Hulu. Yeah, I mean. By the way, the series is 30 years old now, too. So, yes, you can watch them all on Hulu.
Right?
So, anyway, I'm going to let my wife take over here. So, Sheena, you have a nice day.
You too.
And, Earl should be coming on here soon. AngelLynn just blew me a kiss. I think she turned. Bye.
You don't know that we hear all the time sometimes.
I know.
Sometimes it's the only chance we get to eat.
Oh,
Right,
I know.
Oh, there we go.
If we're lucky.
Hi, guys.
Hi, baby.
Oh, how are you?
It's Mercury Retrograde, all right.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got the first shadow zone going on. So,
What does that mean?
Remember, every retrograde is kind of like an Oreo cookie. So you got the white stuff, that's your main retrograde. That's when everything goes
right.
But your first retrograde, or your first shadow zone, that's the top Oreo cookie, okay? And what that does, that kind of tells you what issues are coming up on the horizon for you personally for this retrograde, okay? Whether it be finance, career, love, relationships, anything like that. And then your last shadow zone, the Oreo cookie on the bottom of the white stuff, that one is when everything comes together and gets resolved whether you want it to or not.
So this one is which one? The top layer?
Yep, it's our top layer. So this is kind of what's going to be happening. What are the things we need to slow down on for this Mercury retrograde for us personally? So AngelLynn, Sheena, myself, what have you guys all kind of seen some stopping rates with?
Well, personally, I've already seen communication, like talking. People are not understanding each other already. I had a 2-hour conversation with my daughter today to resolve some stuff. And it got resolved, though, so that's good.
Yeah.
And technically, when does it start? Tomorrow or now?
July
July.
18th.
I was gonna say.
When?
If I remember correctly.
18th?
Oh, and we have a comment. Emily Faye Kramer. Hi, AngelLynn. Hey, Emily.
Hi,
Thanks for
Emily.
joining in, baby.
Yeah.
I will tell you guys, tech has been way worse recently, especially with the shop stuff. Both
Yeah.
and the thing is, Wix doesn't fritz out the way WordPress used to. So this is new. So the Wix manager and then the shop Facebook has been all kinds of twitchy, takes forever to load, everything like that. So fun
I'm
stuff,
gonna
right?
eat my other taco. I've eaten on here before, so.
No, you're not. You were gonna send me that taco. You didn't get the taco.
If we don't have smell-o-vision yet, you know.
No, we
Let me
need
put
that
it in
thing.
the portal, and I'll
Thank
just
you.
push send. There you
Yep,
go.
good job.
Right?
Yes. No, Antoinette used to talk about this thing where she wanted to be able to just reach right into the TV and take whatever they were eating.
Uh-huh.
And that would be a really cool invention. Anyway, here.
It'd be a way to get cheap food.
No, right?
Hi, Earl.
No, but like have like some kind of account where you could just $1.99
Yeah.
taco or whatever. Just whoop. Me, I want the
Do you
replicator.
ever think we'll be there? Like,
I know, right? I want the
1,000 years,
replicator off of
maybe?
Star Trek.
Yeah.
And that way you can just anything you wanted, boots, anything, you could just boop, make
Right?
it. So all the
Right.
garbage in the world can be rematerialized into whatever else. You know, that's where I'm going with
That'd
it.
be cool. No.
Well,
Hey Earl,
I am
how you
thinking,
doing?
Good evening.
Earl's coming back from his side job.
I was
Do
gonna
we
say,
all want to guess what it is?
we won't pick on him. How about you just tell us, Earl?
I'm doing transport work now.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of work?
Transport.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like vehicles, like the bigger?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Basically, what I'm doing is I'm getting paid $50 a week to take my neighbor back and forth to work.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Does it cover the gas?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Although I'm probably gonna have to.
You take them back and forth to work every day, or?
Yeah. From
So you're kind of doing it for free.
Wednesday through Sunday.
Yeah.
So are you getting side benefits, Earl?
No.
They're cooking for you or something?
I know. I was waiting on that, Alicia.
No, are they cooking for you? Are they doing some yard maintenance? Anything?
Nope.
Yeah, well, fine.
What is it?
Just remember, the occasional foot massage is not frowned on if they're only giving you $50 a week for gas.
Right. Or back rub, even.
I know, back rub. Dennis, all kinds of twitchy. Dennis, Earl made it home. Yay! All right. Good God,
Thanks,
it's
Dennis, for tuning in.
Before I got on the show, y'all are eating.
Hey,
I'd be hungry otherwise.
So I am sitting in Prairie Meadows. Well, not Prairie Meadows. We actually are at Taco John's across the street. So hopefully I can show some live fireworks for everybody.
Hell yeah.
If we're on that long.
My neighbor works at Taco Bell.
Dude,
I ran Taco Bell.
I prefer your Pancheros era. Much better food. Loved your Pancheros.
Much better. Well, when Taco Bell was fresh, it was great. It was good for vegetarians, but
there is
they keep
no
doing
comparison.
that when you were probably little, honey. Everything's pre-made in a bag, and it's
like I said, your Pancheros era was my favorite. Sheena,
and I've heard they've even changed a lot.
They have a little. Dude, she was the one who actually introduced me to Pancheros tortillas. What they do is they make them all fresh. They press them all fresh, and oh my God, they're the closest to with what my mom used to make. What the hand made.
I still risk it all with Crohn's for Pancheros, and I actually did it last Friday, and I was so hungry for it. I missed it so much that I ate the whole burrito. The beans, but I was miserable all
Did
day.
it affect you? Oh, that's what I wondered. Oh man, because of
Yeah,
the flour
it was
in
like
it,
a
or
burrito down through my strictures. I was like, man, I knew it.
Oh God, girl.
see, I prefer corn tortillas, so I think the corn tortillas are probably better. I hope for
I love them
brunch,
all.
'cause-
I
yeah,
love them.
yeah.
No, but seriously, Sheena, I was hanging out at her house for a while straight. At one point in time, she would bring home Pancheros tortillas all the fucking time. She would bring home the burritos. She brought home everything. She was the manager, right? And we're all waiting at the door, like, ah. She's like, here,
Yeah.
jackals. Oh,
Free food, free food.
Yes, and go.
dude, it was a
That was
perk.
our only benefit because trust me,
It was
we
a
put up
good
with a lot when the
benefit.
manager. Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, yep. Hold on, Emily. I still need to come for your tacos. Yes, you do. Debbie makes good
Yep.
tacos. Excuse me, AngelLynn.
She's
Dennis,
been
do you
invited. She never
want
shows
to
up.
No. No pajamas for you, Dennis. My God.
They are pricey, but you get a big ass burrito. I mean, they're huge.
Yeah, you do. It's actually pretty awesome, though. It's
Yeah, I know.
And
well,
I love
and that meat they use is really fresh, and they cook it like it's got good seasonings, everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Hold on just a second. Dennis, AngelLynn, the answer is always flour tortillas. Flour tortillas are the best. Actually, I like them both, babe. When it's made well.
But flour tortillas are not a taco. A real taco is a corn tortilla back in the day. Once they came out with the smaller ones, everybody thinks that soft is a taco. Technically, soft is a burrito.
It's like a great enchilada.
If you grew up in LA, or outside of LA. But anyways, so is the moon? I lost someone. I lost Sheena.
Sheena?
Do you see me?
I can see her.
I can see you. I can't hear you. Oh, now I can. Actually.
But that is interesting when you said that, Debs. The lights behind my computer all flickered.
Really?
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so what's Sheena got going on or coming in for? Because that tells me she's going to have some stuff going on. What's up?
She's always got some stuff going on. She's in her own home right now, too. Are you at you're at the office.
Yeah, I'm at the haunted shop.
Uh-huh. That shop is haunted. And the little kids play with her. She plays with them.
Oh my.
I say the spiritual activity has been around me. I can't quite explain it, but the spiritual activity around me has been very strong, like the spiritual presences. So they follow me everywhere I go.
Wow. That's awesome. Dennis, are you going to let AngelLynn blaspheme flour tortillas like this? Honey, I like both of them. So you know what?
Right.
I'm into all the
tortillas. That's why people are different. It's all good.
By the way, AngelLynn, you would be amazed at how many tortillas Dennis goes through. He doesn't have a lick of Spanish in him, but man, he loves them.
I know, right?
Everything. He loves it all.
Well, I don't have Spanish in me, but I know in a past life I do, because probably many times.
Funny
just
enough,
because of the way my family go ahead.
Dennis has past lives all through Japan. So yeah, we're not sure what happened there. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It's been very interesting. Hold on a second here. Dennis, who are you and what did you do with my wife? I don't know.
We let her walk in. No.
No, I couldn't do that. Kiddo would notice.
That's a subject for another show. Yeah.
I was going to say, no. I actually need to get somebody who's got more expertise on walk-ins. I've met a few. I've dealt with some. But I won't.
Is there something going on with that? You're the third person I've heard mention walk-ins this week, like walk-in spirit.
Lately, yeah, I've been hearing it a lot too. So
Yeah.
there is something going on.
Uh,
That is
Well, some of it's
maybe another
walking,
show.
some
You're
of it's
right.
body swap. And see, those are
Right,
two
there's that
things
too.
I
Yeah,
wish I had an expert on. Nico is still recovering, so he can't say much on any of it.
I know a little, but
Yeah.
I'm
I
not an
need
expert.
somebody. The one person I know that claims to be a walk-in, I'm iffy on it.
Right.
I've dealt with some myself, but this particular person is a big proponent that they are a walk-in. The only problem is, I don't know. I have questions. How's that?
yeah,
I
like what,
understand.
let's say like what type of walk-in, like, because don't walk-ins happen in different ways? Like you can do like a walk-in like when your spirit, like spiritual evolution, or
Generally, a walk-in happens
Yeah.
when either before the baby's born, one soul says, "Hey, look, I've got to have a lifetime to complete everything I'm doing," and the soul's like, "Okay, fine, whatever. I'm going to go take a coffee break." Okay. Or it happens when there's something just basically the spirit cannot go on any longer in this life. There's something they can't make it past, and so they trade with a different spirit.
Well,
I don't think that's a really good way to go, but for some people, it's the only way to go. It's like, go ahead.
There also, like, I consider a walk-in as like, I'm me, okay?
Mhm.
Basically, I'm walking down the street, and somebody, and sometimes it could be an alien force, wants to walk in and take over the body, because that's a walk-in as well. So you have to be.
That's a possession, hon. That's a possession.
Well, no, not when it's okay. How do I explain it? Not when it's alien force. That's not possession.
That's something else. That's for another program when I got an expert on it.
Okay.
But no, there are also called braid-ins, and that's basically when a spirit is having so much trouble completing their mission, and one of their guides or a higher spirit comes in and is like, okay, I get it. You're having a crisis. Here we go. And they kind of just blend in with the person for a little bit. Well, maybe a long bit until that person can actually get through. Basically, they just need it in a second.
I just want one or two.
So
I guess the only experience I've ever had with it is like with people with like comas or near-death experiences where like it just pops out. It's really odd that a lot of people are asking about it recently.
I've been hearing. Same here.
Well, but I've also gotten a little nudge lately. See, about 4 years ago, people started doing some body swapping shit. And they targeted a lot of kids, and their first target was gifted children, because think about it. Who's going to believe a kid?
Yeah.
And there for a while, it petered off and everything kind of fell down. Well, I'm hearing through the grapevine that it's starting again, but these people aren't actually targeting anything. You've got some dark workers out there that are so desperate to switch, they don't care what they're jumping into, which tells me something is cooking. There's something real.
Soulish. I watched that series all over.
What? Sorry, I'm getting feedback.
Oh, sorry. That's like, it reminds me of that Alchemist Soul that I watched like a month ago, where like people were taking other people's bodies with like the Alchemy of Soul stuff, like a Japanese series on Netflix.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know about that. So
Good.
put it in the comments. That way I can go look it up. Because, yeah. Sorry, I've been doing a lot of computer work today. I need my blue light glasses. I have to switch to the other glasses here soon. But no, it's that's the thing. There's walk-ins, and then there's body swaps, which are not voluntary. But I will say there are some cultures, they knew so much about it. One of them were the Tibetans, that they actually came up with stuff to put on their kids to make sure they stayed safe.
Yeah.
Well,
it's serious coming up. Like,
ooh, Alchemy of Souls. Cool.
I'm getting major feedback here.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. Let me do this real quick. How's that?
Okay.
It's on Debbie's line. Hold on.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think it's my speaker.
She's too spiritually active, I suspect.
It also
yeah.
might be
Here's
out in Prairie
a
Meadows.
good prime example. You know the singer Tori Amos?
Yeah.
I swear to God, Karen Carpenter has taken over, because when Tori
Karen
sings
Carpenter?
and has been singing all of Karen Carpenter's songs, he sounds just like Karen.
Oh, wow.
Now that would be interesting.
So
yeah, why not, right?
I swear Karen has pretty much just taken her over.
Well, she died. I can guarantee. I know that she died very unhappy, and she battled a lot of things in her life, and I could see her actually doing that. So that doesn't surprise me, actually. Not with Karen Carpenter.
Interesting.
Interesting. I'll have to go listen to it.
Listen to her remakes of all the Carpenter's music, you will hear Karen, plain as day.
Send me over her name, because I'm not going to remember.
Okay. Tori Amos.
Tori Amos.
That's the one you...
trust me, I won't remember.
Tori Amos. Okay. Give me a minute here. I'll just send it.
But she is a good example of what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Now, I used to love some of her music. I actually was a fan of hers for a little while, but granted, she had some crazy music, but it was pretty good. Also, Eric P13 from YouTube. Hey, y'all. Hey, Eric. How are you? Welcome if this is your first time joining in.
Hello,
and
Eric.
Dennis has multiple walk-in comments.
Always the wise guy.
Sheena, do you take walk-ins in your office? It should be a walk-in freezer. Dennis, walk-in closet, walk-in pantry, walk-in shower, walk-in bathtub, walk-in freezer, walk-in refrigerator, walk-in boat, walk-in cage, walk-in greenhouse, walk-in wine cellar.
Dear God.
Walk-in clinic, walk-in urgent care, walk-in dentist, walk-in health screening, walk-in counseling, walk-in interview, walk-in appointment, business and retail, walk-in customer, walk-in registration. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Alicia, you're going to run out of breath.
Pretty much. Eric P13, Texas. Awesome. Well, hello to Texas. I got a couple of friends.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love Texas. Yeah, what part of Texas, actually?
What part of Texas?
It's big.
Okay, Dennis is just going to keep going, and I'm not going to read comments. No, it's not. I'm done.
Always the wise guy.
Alicia, how do you ever get any rest?
We'll save that for another day. Eric, Mercury and Shadow retrograde on July 18th. That is correct, Eric. Good job.
So it's July 18th, and why am I seeing so much already with communication?
No, you've got, like I said, that for. Sorry, Sheena, go ahead.
Oh, like Alicia said, it's the pre-phase before it actually hits. There's like pre, during, and post. Like Alicia explained.
Right, I know that, but 18th is like, usually I see it a week before and a week after.
No.
But this is like really early.
It's generally about 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. Sometimes if the planet has a longer orbit, then it'll be a little bit more.
Right.
But
and you're right. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while, but yeah, it can happen longer.
No, it's a wild ride.
Yeah.
And it's been.
If this is a precursor of it,
great.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dig your heels in.
Well, it's also, Sheena, what other planets are in retrograde? I had it on the tip of my tongue just a minute ago, and it's gone.
I can't think right off my head. I've been so concentrated on other things lately. I haven't really looked at the other planets here recently.
I believe Saturn is actually in retrograde. I know Pluto and Chiron are, but that's kind of the trifecta. What planets are in?
Well, trifecta is kind of crazy too.
Yeah.
It'll get higher, honey.
Boom.
Well, they haven't started yet.
I think somebody else is letting some on.
Yep, that's what doing it. The big ones are big.
Vicky brought her client out here. He's
Oh,
a high
nice.
functioning autistic. Yeah. So he gets to watch the fireworks at Prairie Meadows.
Swanks. I love
Remember
it.
when we would go, Alicia, when you were younger?
Oh yeah, no, I love going out there with Dad and
I
you and
know.
stuff like that.
Oh,
But I
that
won't
was
take
so
Wub out
fun.
there. Too chaotic.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
no, you have to get here early and leave late, for sure.
Yeah, and that's not a Wub deal. All right,
No, he
Saturn,
wouldn't. He
Neptune, Pluto are what's mixing in with the Mercury. So Saturn, responsibility, and it's going to slow everything down. Pluto, shadow work, abuses of power. Neptune, psychic overload, baby. And probably
Now
why
that
the
makes sense,
Wub
Sheena.
has been a little... Hold
Yeah.
on. A second
Are you
here.
trying to catch up with him?
Dennis, yes, I am. Eric, I'm looking forward to Uranus and Gemini leaving my 4th house for 5th house. Okay, cool. Dennis, AngelLynn, you're noticing because you won't use headphones. Oh my God.
That's not the problem right now. I'm
Eric, Pluto
actually a
retrograde in
week
Aquarius.
behind schedule on everything, so
Now, if I remember
I gotta
correctly,
get some headphones.
Chiron is actually in retrograde right now. Hold on. Nope. Okay. It doesn't happen until July 30th with Chiron. And Chiron is the one that's really, for me, I just don't like it at all.
Like I had the whole summer mapped out, and it's just like it got to the weeks, and it's just like my mind and everything's been like this. Like, ah!
Yeah, I know. Oh, man. Yeah, Dennis, we took Arthur there about 3 years ago, and he decided to play the chase game in throngs of people. Yeah, and that's just not my thing, not my speed.
Oh no, it would be hard with Wub. Yeah, I just see how it overwhelms everybody, let alone some.
When Dad and I would go, it was really peaceful for me. I enjoyed it a lot. But
I love doing it with you guys.
I don't know why. I don't know how people can take little kids there because I would just be scared I'd lose one. I just
Jessica and Eric did amazing when we took them.
That is true.
But they were exception to the rule.
Yeah.
For
sure. Yeah. But okay, Sheena, Mercury retrograde survival tips. Yes, I have an article, but I don't remember what it is. I think I'm coming down with another flu.
Oh God.
Mercury is a retrograde in Leo, which I've been kind of mapping that myself. It's going like depending on what if you use pole or tropical pole system or whatever, how 7th and 8th, or just my 8th, depending on how system you use. So I know for me it's a rough one because it's dealing with like family relationships, other people, and it's definitely playing out right now in real life situations. So I'm trying to map it as easily as I can, kind of balance it. But it's here to show us things, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, with Mercury
tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes.
With Mercury in retrograde, I always tell everybody slow down. Okay, slow down. Read your contract early. Don't sign anything till it's over. Don't start anything till it's over. Communications, travel, they're all going to get delayed. Don't worry about it. Just plan for the delay, or just plan to sit it out and go take a walk in nature or something. Mercury retrograde also, I don't know about you, Sheena, or Earl or AngelLynn, but I will tell you, I've met a handful of people beside myself where when Mercury retrograde hits, generally the time when everything kicks over for me, and it's like I am writing like a boss. I am like champing on all of the stuff I've had on the back burner, and I'm getting a lot of stuff done. So I don't know.
I wish.
In a way I like it, in a way I don't, because it's kind of stopping my forward momentum. But for me, it's kind of going to affect that Saturn a little bit, because Saturn tends to just slow everything down, and you're just fighting. You're fighting for every inch of purchase, and that's actually really what it's felt like lately for me. I don't know about you guys, but
I felt like, I don't know, I guess we prepared for the summer, Alicia,
yeah, I
but
know.
we're prepared.
Dude, I prepared as much as I could, okay? When people ask me what I do, I say, I do my best. That's what I do, okay? That's all I can do. I'm gonna go get some more coffee. That's it.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like I have like days where I just feel stuck, like psychically overwhelmed and life overwhelmed, and then there'll be a turn, and then it's like right back to a stuck phase, and then a turn. It's a turn and turn game this summer. It's crazy.
Well, it's honestly, I'm having to slow down a lot just because it's not me fighting through the current is not really going to get me anywhere. So I'm slowing down, but I'm still making progress.
Yeah.
No, but that's exactly what you should be doing, Alicia, is you slow yourself down so you can move forward. Because if you don't, like you say, you go crazy, or Sheena comes in and out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you actually have to take that break away from things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm having to just kind of shift down in what my dad used to say, shift down into slow gear, and just kind of just find your way along.
And whatever people's expectations are for you, sometimes you have to let them know, hey, I'll get to you, but here's the schedule. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I've learned a lot of that from being sick for those years.
Dude, throw out the schedule. It'll happen when it happens, goddamn it.
Mm-hmm. And mine changes drastically every day.
Right.
Every day. That's the hardest thing I
Yeah.
find about a schedule is you can try to be on a schedule, but like me, I got so many things going on. We all have so many things going on. Like, how do we?
I don't know how you get done what you get done, both of you.
I wake up early in the mornings.
Yeah. I've been getting up between 5 and 7 myself.
Always stubbornness and coffee. That's it.
And going till like midnight. Yeah, yeah.
No, my sleeping hours though
No,
are
they
really
haven't started playing metal yet.
So lately it's been a little weirder.
They usually wake up pretty dark.
I'm running on a summer schedule, so she's been like going to sleep at like 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 in the afternoon?
In the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nah, I get it.
And she's in the bed. She's just watching.
That's about when I've been getting up.
Her TV shows till 5 a.m.
I don't blame her. I mean, I'm like a dedicated night owl, so but my dad's a night owl, my kid's a night owl, you know. Mm-hmm. My mom is a robin, tweet, you know. And she's, my God, that woman has ridiculous amounts of energy. She is just go.
That could be a Gemini. Is your mom Gemini?
She's Virgo. They're a little worse.
Virgo. Okay.
Yeah. They're like, oh my God,
yeah.
I'm going to 10 different stores to buy tape.
My natural adrenaline is huge. Matthew had that, but he's also a Leo.
Yeah. They have a lot of energy, but it's not like with a Virgo, they're just going.
It.
You know,
right.
I know they do focus it, but it's so spread out like the branches of a tree. With a Gemini, they're just going to have fun. They're just going to go, you know, and then with a Leo, they just have.
I'd rather be happy.
I know, right? With a Leo, it's all about energy, but it's very focused. It's very focused and grounded out.
Yeah, but it seems sometimes, okay, they are very focused. They are that lion. They're loyal.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it can't get stuff done, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's
like procrastinating.
No, it's the same way with every fixed sign, honey. They're a fixed fire. I'm a fixed earth.
True.
They're fixed fire. Aquarius is fixed air, and Scorpio is fixed water. There are times when we're just like, you know, I want to go, and I want it, you know, fuck it. You know, it's just like, I'm just going to sit here. I ain't doing shit. Don't call me. I won't answer. Don't
I can't
stop
even
by.
do that anymore lately.
You know, I won't answer the door. I remember one of my friends, she dropped by unexpectedly. She's a Scorpio. And she dropped by and she's knocking on my door. And I look out the window. I close the window. I look out the window.
Oh
I call
no.
her. I'm like, dude, is that you at my door? She's like, yeah. She's let me in. And I'm like, I'm not wearing any pants. She's like, I don't care. Okay, cool. Click. Why the hell are you at my door? She's like, well, I would have called first, but it was an emergency. I'm like, I figured it was an emergency. That's the only reason I opened the door. I will look at you from the window and tell you I'm not home.
Oh my God.
Do you know the number of people that do not know where I live? It's awesome.
Right? I can't even remember how to get there.
I know, and that's the beauty of it.
I've been there once. That's it. Hey, I'll come back over.
I
look at you from the window and wait.
Me and your mom need to get together in the kitchen. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, actually, I think you guys would have a lot of fun.
We would.
I think you'd have a lot of fun.
Sheena, what'd you say, hon? Sorry.
I said I used to be that way. I had my solitude hermit mode from like 2015 to I think this spring.
Right? You sprung out emotion and you sprung out hard, girl.
I did.
She had a video where she was talking to spirits and they opened the door.
Nice.
At her house. It was awesome.
But yeah, in a lot of videos too, you'll see them like whiz by. Especially up here because this is like the haunted shop.
Nice.
Oh, no kidding. When we were at St. Louis, I saw a wolf go by. And I know, I think you guys felt it because we all looked in the same direction. Well, me, you, and Tony. But yeah.
There's a lot
it
of
wasn't there.
There's a lot of spirit because that butterfly that flew around you for like 35 minutes.
Oh, I know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. And it stayed on me when I was walking. Like
walking away.
I didn't shoot it off because I felt it on my arm. I'm like, what's on my arm? I thought another bug was. So I kind of shoot it away and it came right back. I'm like, I'm sorry. Come back.
Like,
and you did.
Sorry, I didn't know you were there.
I know. That was cool.
Yeah. Down here, it was.
Yeah. And under the arch, I was taking pictures and I did them like simultaneously, Alicia. And in one of the things, I'm pretty sure I caught a spaceship. Okay. Because it wasn't there, and then it was, and then it was gone, and all the rest of pictures.
That was awesome.
Yeah. It was way awesome. I need to get it up on the computer and look at it better. I haven't had a chance to do that.
You have to show it to me when you get done.
I will. Yeah, I should send it to you. Because you'd probably get to it before I am. No, I'm kidding.
By the way,
thus I needed to have those headsets.
Symone sends her regards. She's still dealing with a nasty migraine for today, so she was gonna try and hop on, but it's not. That would have been nice.
Sorry, baby.
She's been
forever.
Doesn't Mercury Retrograde give you headaches though? Because I woke up and I had gunk everywhere this morning.
No, not necessarily. Hey, Sheena, do you do ear candling?
No, but I've heard of it.
Okay.
But I've
never had it done. It scares me.
This.
Ooh.
What is that?
It's like a chat, but it's like calming and comforting premium essential oil blend for migraines.
Okay.
She says you just put it on she puts it on the back of her neck and stuff like that. And that's pretty cool. It's like, hey, I've never seen that.
Hey, put that in the chat because my dad's a huge migraine sufferer. And then I've had them off and on basically since I started reading.
Yeah, I'll just message when we're done because she says it takes along with it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Because now that would actually, I'll test it out, and if it works, hell, I'll buy a stockpile for my dad. He's terrified of migraines because they completely incapacitate him.
Yeah.
For me,
some people it just puts them in bed.
No, I mean he can't sleep or anything. He's just it was so bad at one point. He was with a group of friends. They thought he was joking. One hit him. He put his hand down to steady himself, and he accidentally put it on a hot grill. He didn't even feel it. His hands were
Oh
all
my
burned.
God.
He
Oh,
stayed there
wow.
trying to steady himself, and they were like, "Dude!" And he's like, "What?" That's how bad the migraine.
Oh
was.
man.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's how bad he gets them. I
I know
remember him coming home
some
with
people
the
like,
marks and the blisters. It's like Jesus.
oh, poor thing. People
Forget
get
it.
sick to their stomach. I know once in a while it'd be like the light will hurt me and I'll
Oh,
get
dude.
queasy, but that's rare for me.
I get
Thank God.
headaches like right after my infusion. So
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had to have those yet, but
I'm gonna
you're talking about them.
we'll set up boom booms down here, everybody.
Nice. Earl, do you ever get migraines, son?
Oh, yeah. I inherited them from mother.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, when I was in the hospital with GBS back in July of 21,
Okay.
my migraines ramped up big time.
God. Damn.
And I was having migraines practically every day.
Oh wow.
Wow. While you were in
So
the
you
hospital?
dropped a whole lot of weight, huh?
Mm-hmm. Now they've subsided at least, and I've got proper meds to treat it.
Yeah.
Right.
And even though I've got the proper med to treat it, I still try to go with my alternative, which is basically taking about 2,000 milligrams of extra Tylenol, standing underneath a hot shower for 30 minutes, and then going to bed.
Okay. I was gonna say for me, I can try and get to sleep. Or I have to turn off all the lights, and I have to, if I'm outside or in a car or something, I'm sunk. But what I can do if I'm out in public, I have really huge noise canceling headphones, and I'll pump a certain specific kind of music in through it, and that will kill it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys ever use those? Because I don't get migraine. I only get the migraines when I have my infusions. But those vibrating like migraine eye things. You know what I'm talking about?
They
Mm-mm.
do not do anything
do
for me,
No.
but
No.
They won't take my money.
No.
I actually am not getting them enough to worry
I know,
about that.
right?
I never heard of that. What does it do?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, when I would get mine, I mean, I'd wind up getting them bad, and I could actually, if I can get ahead of it, because I can feel them coming on.
Yeah.
If I can get ahead of it and do something about it ahead of time, then I'm fine. But if I don't get ahead of it and it sets in, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, that's true.
I've heard that
with
about
a lot of
bad chronic ones that once they start, they don't stop.
I know
Yeah.
my chronic pain is kind of the same way. If I can catch it before it goes full blown, then otherwise I'm in bed too.
I mean, last
month was horrible.
Like I've stated before, if I don't shield myself when I'm at certain events, and it trips a migraine, it's going to trip it right immediately, and there's nothing I can do about it to even get ahead of it.
Have you ever tried? It takes a certain particular tone. There are particular songs that I use, particular music, and a lot of people that suffer migraines, for them it's really weird because for them it's also sound activated. It is sound activated for me, but there are certain tones that I can use to stop it dead.
Is it like frequency or?
It's just certain types of music, but if it's the pitch of the voice of the singer, it's the beat, everything like that. It all has to combine correctly, otherwise. And I have to turn it up so loud that it drops everything else out. You can actually hear it through my headphones. Have you ever tried?
Alicia, if you've ever heard of this,
everything off, and I have to. Yeah, basically, I mean, I've got to shut all. I got to try to block out as much light as I can. And
yeah, that is something. Light is just. And I'm wondering if my kiddo's getting them, because there are times when he will just shut off all the lights, and he is not a fan of the dark. He does not like the dark, but he will go around and he will shut down all the lights, even if I'm working. He's like, light off, and I'm like, wait a minute, baby, what's wrong?
Yeah, it
And
sounds like it's hurting him. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then I'll put like ice packs on his head and stuff like that. And when he was a baby, he would do that. He would pull his ice pack up and he would put it on his head. And that's when we figured out, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, something's wrong. You know. But yeah. And Earl, that's another thing. Have you tried ice packs, and do they work?
No, basically, cold doesn't work for me. Heat works a lot better.
Okay.
And I've even resorted to using hot, wet compresses right across here.
Oh, wow.
And it will actually take the pain out.
Damn.
Well, that's what I use for like my sinus. I'll use the hot first. I got this morning. I used it on my eyes.
Yeah.
If I catch that, but then if I catch it, goes on my. But the watch it's cold. It will feel good.
Dabs, you're dragging your speakers.
Sorry.
No worries. It's okay.
Yeah,
go ahead and mute me.
I can't use cold because it just makes me hurt more.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. But no, honestly, and with all the hot weather and stuff, that hasn't exactly been great for it either. It's like, oh.
Remember, I was like a little hot tamale.
I've even resorted to, when it gets really bad, I've actually resorted to using my TENS unit and applying the pads to the back of my neck.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That never worked for me.
I'd almost be too scared to try it. I've got a TENS unit for my back. Works like a dream. God, I love it.
I've resorted to doing it. It actually does work.
Okay. Because that's actually how I got myself back up and walking when my hip went out. I would just keep that TENS unit, and I knew it was bad because normally I have to be about middle. When the hip went out, I had to turn that sucker all the way up before I could even feel anything.
Oh, wow.
Still nothing.
Here's another form of treatment that I found. Back in the day, I was dating a gal who was taking, she's going to school for acupuncture and Chinese medicine. Mm-hmm. And she treated me for a migraine with acupuncture.
Did it work?
Oh, hell yeah, it did. By the time she got that last needle in, I was out like a light for like a half hour.
You know, there's an acupuncturist here, Christine Krause, and I interviewed her. Man, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think the two that did it the most was she put one right up here at the top of my head, and one right between my eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. By the time she put that one in, I was out.
Nice. Love it. Okay. So I guess my other question is, Debbie, have you tried acupuncture for your stuff?
No, not. I tried so much holistic stuff. Unfortunately, I use it when I can. I go there first. But when you have chronic pain, because it's autoimmune, it gets into a whole lot of other stuff. And I'm sure 90% of it's our food we eat, but, we're having a bad gut and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have not tried acupuncture. My friend used to
No.
go, and I would take her.
I was just curious because when I interviewed Christine, my mom's diabetic, and she was like, "No, I've got a really good success rate with diabetics." I was really amazed. Apparently, you can actually lower blood sugar through acupuncture.
Mm.
Really?
And so, yeah, my goal, but Christine's a little bit out of my price range right now, but my goal is to work up enough money
Right.
to start giving mom her treatments, and then hopefully we can get her off all this other nasty shit.
Right.
That
Right.
shit is scary. Oh my god, I can
Yeah,
never
but
become
somebody that
diabetic.
has diabetes 1 is really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, none of it's good.
I know
But it almost can't be controlled without medicine, I thought.
yeah.
Well, not true, but
You can do a lot through diet,
when it gets real
exercise,
bad.
stress management, but
Yes, to a point. Yeah.
She almost injected herself while I was in the room, and I was like, nope. I ran right out of the room. I don't do needles at all. And she's like, good God. I'm like, nope, absolutely not. Nope, 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 nope. Da, 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 da. And that was
Is
the
she on
moment.
Ozempic?
Yeah, that was the moment when I knew I can never become diabetic. And yeah, no, just can't.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Ozempic does work though. Well, Vicky ended up not having to. She went off Ozempic because she lost her insurance.
Mhm.
Well, she lost 100 pounds too. She started eating better, not all the junk food and everything. And it really is cool because they actually have taken her off all diabetes medicine.
That's amazing.
Because her numbers have been fine for a year and a half. I know.
Wow.
That was boss.
Yeah.
I have a friend though. He went
Yeah,
on
it really
Ozempic,
is. Because she was on a lot of medication.
He said he would rather die of diabetic complications because it made him so damn sick. Ringing migraines, running back and forth to the toilet. He was basically locked in his home until he could get all that stuff out of it.
Wow.
Your dad?
My mom's not doing so
Yeah.
spiffy on it either, but you know, she just kind of powers her way through it like the cute little earth sign that she is.
Yeah, she's adorable.
So far,
What?
I'm not had any
I
reaction.
thought that was like the popular new thing recently, the Ozempic.
It might be popular, but that don't
Well,
mean it's good.
It
like,
does.
oh,
You do
God.
lose weight. Yeah, I'm not sure what's in it, but and it does control diabetes. It does work, and
It
you do lose
controls
weight on
it.
it because.
Yeah, because
But
you're so
right,
sick to your
right.
stomach, you can't eat.
Okay? Yes, that's yep.
That's not the way I
Everybody
want to
know that.
lose weight, baby.
No,
I'll go run a couple blocks.
right,
I'm good.
right.
You know?
Yeah,
No.
it literally makes you not hungry for a while, like, and food don't sound good, but actually, I got to tell you, getting older, the same thing happens naturally.
Really?
You don't eat as much. You become more night owls. Things just change. And so you take advantage of the not eating as much.
Huh. Interesting.
I find with a lot of people, yeah.
Earl, how old are you?
Well, you know how our taste buds change throughout the years anyways. So it's kind of like that. Your food that you eat changes as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm
I
50.
eat pretty healthy though.
Okay, Earl, have you found that to be true? You eat less?
At times, yeah.
Huh.
You're just like not hungry. Something to look forward to, right?
Because it's almost got me to the point of only eating like once a day, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Which you have to be careful because your blood sugar could go the opposite.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
I struggled with hypoglycemic my whole life.
Well, you've always eaten kind of like a bird. You don't eat a lot anyway.
Is it over?
No. Honey, sorry.
I missed some of that. Sorry, hun. What? It cut out for some reason.
I always wondered if it was a psychic medium thing because I always have to make sure to check on any psychic medium and make sure they've eaten. They don't eat.
Yeah.
They're just gone
You're
somewhere
really good
else.
about that.
Don't
Yeah.
eat.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And when I was younger, I probably didn't pay attention to it, you know?
Yep.
I didn't
'Cause
relate
you're
it.
gone, you know?
So you're right, though. I think that has a big thing to do with it, truthfully.
Because I had to watch my dad all the time. It was easier when he was younger, but the longer
Right,
the older he got, he just when he's out there, he just doesn't eat. And I'm like, Dad, have you eaten? Yeah, Dad.
No, he. Yeah.
Pizza, eat it. You know, and he's like, oh,
See,
hey,
now that makes more sense to me. Yeah.
You know, it's like that's okay. I gotta do the same thing.
Well, and then it comes a point. Yeah. Well, you end up doing the same thing because you don't eat, and then you get past that point where you're not hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get tired, you go to sleep without eating, and yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, no, but no, I actually with Cancerians and Pisces, they have that same weird quirk where they just it doesn't matter how hungry they are, they forget to eat a lot of times. Scorpios don't have that, but Cancerians especially, and then Pisces to a point. And so
Scorpio, and he's in the car. She heard that.
But so with Cancerians, when they're at my shop or something or helping out, I always ask, have you eaten? Have you eaten? Have you eaten? And they're like, you know, you're being a mom. I'm like, no, you're a Cancerian. Have you eaten? Well, no. Okay, then eat something, you know. And it's a lot of the same way with Pisces. And I don't know if that's just because they're kind of out of their body or what, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a friend who's a double Cancer. It didn't matter how hungry that girl was. She would never eat. And this is way before I had Arthur. So I'm like sitting in the kitchen going, okay, fine, I'll cook something. And I didn't cook back then a whole lot. You know, I worked in food.
Right.
I wasn't interested in it when I got home. Man, though.
Right.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. Dennis.
You're very good about when I'm there. Bring me something.
Well, yeah, that's because I've got training. Yeah. Okay, the medium is there. Here, you want food? No. You want food. There you go. Have some food. Good. Food. Now, have you had enough water? You know? But all right, you guys. Any closing comments on Mercury retrograde and some of the other planetary retrogrades going on?
I would like to say just be careful with your words and try to understand other people. So if you hear a comment, repeat it back to them so that you both got straight. And that helps us get through it without arguing and fighting. You know what I mean? Because it can get Mercury retrograde can really tear you apart sometimes.
Yes, that much I do know. You spazzed out. Your speaker spazzed out on a chunk of that. Repeat it.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. With just be careful with your words with each other, and make sure you understand what the person's saying to you, and vice versa, because it could go haywire in a heartbeat. Whether no matter what you do, no matter if it's family or friends or clients or anything, just double check yourself, and then you can fare through it a little better.
And actually, Dumortierite and blue calcite are some of my favorite stones for when Mercury goes retrograde for that reason, because they are very much the stones of, yes, they'll help you speak, but they also help you listen.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that earlier this week. Basically the neighborhood where I live, construction company has got one entire intersection completely closed.
Oh my!
And that's one of the main intersections going in and out of this neighborhood. I called up and I called up the mayor, and I also called up the police chief reading the riot act about it.
Oh,
Next
dear.
thing I know, I'm getting a call from the city
Oh, you're
engineer.
one of them.
Oh, dear.
And yeah, which I did not expect.
Oh, dear.
I get a call back from the city engineer himself. And I'm like, uh-oh. Here we go.
Mhm.
Oh, also, I'm getting
Oh,
excited
my
about
battery's
the
gonna.
15th anniversary Psychic Fair next weekend. AngelLynn, you gonna be there?
Yes.
Boss.
I am. Yep. I promised way back when I'm there, baby. I
Awesome.
think it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be fun. 14 years. I think you should do a throwback on your Facebook or wherever you want to, like over the years, give out pictures where you started and where you're at now. That would be really cool.
Cute.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Wouldn't
I
it? I
That'd be a
thought of
good
that
idea.
earlier and I meant to message you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You've come a long way. Like, look at the little dinky shop you started in.
Actually, I kind of miss that shop. I liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool over there, actually. But yeah, I just think it would be really awesome for you and let the people know. And then I can keep sharing it, let them know you've moved because that's going to go on for a while too.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? Takes at least
It
a year
does.
and a half.
I don't know why. It takes, yep.
But that's okay. Look,
It
I'm
does.
moving farther and farther with the newsletter. I've had some serious hiccups with it. I definitely won't be able to do it the way I wanted to, which sucks because my way would look cooler. But I am a slave to technology at the moment.
Except for the time you threatened to
Right.
put me down the damn basement.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah, I
That's funny.
in to get set up, and she threatens to put me down the basement. Like,
Hey,
fine.
I bought her first magazine. Bought the first copy, I think, and it's amazing. I love it. It's not even the one I want. I'm waiting on the next one to come out.
dude, we are having so many issues with that thing.
I know,
This
but you know
is
what? You did.
ridiculous.
It's very classy. It was done very well.
Thank you. We strive for
You're welcome.
awesomeness. By the way,
Bam.
we are working on the second one of the sci-fi magazine, Alicia's Desk. And then we are hard at work on, we're basically going to release Celestial Imprints magazine number 1 and 2 almost right on top of each other.
Right. I remember you telling me that last week.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. When it starts getting erased out of files on a computer, I'm just like, really? So yeah, it's waiting for something somewhere. But thank you, Debbie. I am proud. I am very happy.
Oh wow. It came out very nice.
Thank you. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some more authors for our horror anthology.
Oh yeah, I need to get hold of that. Yes. You need to be on me about stuff I'm supposed to do.
Okay. The Mary Shelley
Just
Book
message
Club
me.
is an awesome anthology, and it's about a group of horror aficionados that visit an old, dilapidated, haunted Victorian mansion on the third Thursday of every month to talk about everything. The only thing is, this time, it's a once in 3,000 years planetary alignment, and so all the haunted stuff comes alive in the house, and they have to deal with it.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to read that one.
Hey Earl, if you know of any authors who want to kick in on a project like this, send them my way.
Okay, I will get.
My phone is gonna die out, guys. So it's
right.
like dead. So I love you all, and I will see you next
Bye,
week.
Angel.
Bye, bye, honey.
Bye. All right, y'all. I love you, but I am going to go pass out for a little bit.
That's why.
What?
You always see half your face.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Sit up and so everybody can see that beautiful thing.
Aw. All right. Loves to you all. Any closing thoughts or comments, guys?
Let's see. Well, I do know that for the Today's Witch magazine, we are working on ramping up social media presence.
Swanks.
That is in the works, and because I've already had my input on it, I've already basically told them what needs to be done, and so that's in the works.
Swanky. I got to get back to Ed. He messaged me when I was on my way to my chiropractor's, and man, after the chiropractor and the heat, I just passed out. I have not felt good. I don't know what he released, but all of a sudden my ears and my nose and everything are clogging up, and I just feel like crap. So something was stuck somewhere.
I've heard a lot of people getting the flu lately again.
That wouldn't surprise me. By the way, Sheena, I like the outside of your building. It's super pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I heard someone walking up here.
For Sheena, sometimes you give me heart attacks with what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
I've been strength building lately, so I haven't been on it this week. So
You've been what?
I've been like doing like a fitness challenge thing.
Nice.
Been like lymphatic draining and targeting muscles that I need for strength.
Oh, nice. Are there any exercises that you recommend for lymphatic draining?
So there's quite a few yoga poses, but that you can do for lymphatic draining. And then my favorite one is like doing yoga with a rolling pin. I know it sounds weird, but
okay,
you use the rolling pin while you're in your yoga positions and just roll your muscles while you're relaxing and stretching.
Oh, that's interesting. That's what you need to put a video up of. Yeah.
My poor people solutions.
Well, no. A lot of people have stuck lymphs, livers, everything.
Yeah, I guess I can. I think about doing that next week because I'm going through like a daily system right now that I kind of like conjured up myself.
Wow. Okay.
So, and yeah, the lymphatic is like every other day. It's a very important part because what I'm trying to do is target the site. I have lipedema. I don't know if you've ever heard that. Like it's on the back of my legs and stuff, but that's what I'm trying to target. And then that way I can strengthen my, because I need a lot more strength in my arms and in my legs for the Lyra hoops. So I'm trying to push up against that lipedema and strengthen those muscles.
So what is lipedema?
So lipedema is like, it's not lymphedema. It's like you get like these little nodules of fat versus how everybody else's is. Just like, it's because, and they're hard. So, and they don't go away very easily no matter how much weight you lose. So
that's painful.
Yeah. And then you have like a little bit of swelling and stuff. And it's not really painful. And it can be, I guess, sometimes, but basically what I'm trying to do is you're using the lymphatic system kind of break up those collagen pockets. And then that allows like that lymph fluid to move around and actually dissipate and then burn. And they say there's no way to really get rid of it, but I believe if I try, I should be able to break it up enough to where it'll make a difference with the swelling and stuff in the legs. So yeah,
absolutely.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing. But it looks like if you've ever squeezed like your fat and you see those little nodules,
okay,
that's lipedema. Or if you've ever had like feet swelling, or if you get like swelling at the top of your knees, like after you've been up and about, or if you squeeze your thigh and you see like little nodules, that's lipedema, and it's a lot more common than people believe.
Now, have you ever, and yes, Earl, you can make the joke when I say this, have you ever run like a vibrating massager over it to try and break it up as well?
So my massager I broke, but I'm looking for a shake plate now. I've heard really good things for lymphatic drainage with like the shake plates. So I'm looking to get one of those next, but for right now I'm doing the rolling pin and then the dry brushing like before and during showers. So
okay.
That's where I would recommend a TENS unit. I really would.
Wow, do you think the TENS unit would help on this?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Look into that. You have to give me some information on it. I'll look into it.
A TENS unit is absolutely wonderful.
There's whatever you do, if you do get tens, you don't buy the cheap ass ones off of Amazon.
I bought a couple cheap ass ones. They still work great.
I started off with a little cheap ass one, and I mean it worked for a while, but it wore out.
Mm-hmm. You got to replace them.
I upgraded to a little bit bigger one, and spend a little bit more money on it, and it actually works a lot better, in my opinion. And like I said, it works on me quite well. So, I mean, yeah, using alternate for lymphedema, alternating between hot and cold packs, and then using the TENS unit would most likely be a good solution.
I was going to say, my chiropractor introduced me to the TENS unit, and man, I have not gone back. It's like basically electrocuting yourself, but it actually feels pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Well, essentially, yeah, but it does work.
At one point, I thought about hooking mine up to a car battery.
Oh, shit,
I get
no.
like back spasms like right here in the bottom of my back.
Oh, baby, you're going to love the TENS unit then. Stick those patches on, click it on, and be like, whoa, oh, hey. Never mind, I'm good. Okay.
I'll add that.
That's when you slowly increase it.
Well, yeah, you guys slowly increase it, but okay, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm really in pain and I got to have that sucker cranked all the way up, that's when I start looking at plugging it into like wall sockets and stuff, because it's like, oh my God.
I mean, okay, if you're wanting to go that route, I mean, there is a big tabletop unit that you can buy on the market, and don't make fun of me of this, but the name of the company is called Aerostech.
Aerotech, yeah, good.
It's EROSTEK, I believe.
Oh, never mind. Yep, now the jokes are coming. Yeah. Hey, no, believe me, dude, whatever works.
It's actually a tabletop TENS unit. And yeah, I mean, it can be used as a regular TENS unit. There are other applications that you can use with it.
Is that the electric touch thing you're talking about, Earl?
Huh?
Does it do like the electric touch?
Well, it's called Aerostech. Basically, you can you can also plug in a vibrating wand into it.
Oh,
it's for naughty stuff, Sheena, but he's reusing it, repurposing it for pain relief.
Well, I asked because I went to a house party at one point. It was like a girls' party, house party, and they had like this device where it sent electricity through the body, and when you touched the person's like arms or legs or each other or stuff, it was like electricity. It sent like little shocks.
Yeah. No, it's not like that. Hey, Earl, how much is that table?
It's about a $300 unit.
Okay, I'll save up because you know what? Screw the wand attachment, man. I just want to lay there and feel no pain in my back, in my hip, in my arm. Jesus. Okay, like I said, I've thought about hooking it up to the car battery, baby. Okay. Have you guys ever seen the movie like Crank 2 High Voltage? It's a Jason Statham movie. He's got to keep his heart charging. I think they took out his heart and put in like an electric pacemaker, and so he's rubbing up against people, friction, everything like that, and finally he stops these guys and he's like, all right, you know what, juice me. And they're like, dude, are you sure? I think they like hook his tongue up to the car battery or something like that, and they hit the gas, but that keeps the charge running. And I'm like, wonder if that would work on my back. So yeah.
Now, did you like originally like have like a major injury that's just like caused like permanent, or?
I don't know what happened. I was carrying some stuff back home. I've carried heavier, and then all of a sudden I was on my floor and I couldn't get up. Wow. I couldn't move. first and only time in the ambulance. Knock on wood. And it was a horrible ride. And I went to Broadlawns, and that was also horrible. The paramedic in the ambulance, he was a really nice guy, though. I have to say he was absolutely awesome, and he made it a little less scary, but it was horrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. And yeah, after that, my back has never been right. I actually spent probably close to 2 months sleeping in my shop because my apartment was a floor above my shop, my old shop, my original one. And I had to sleep in the back because I couldn't make it up the stairs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, like, I get my spasms. My main spasm was right here. But my head started when I fell. I went to go step over a baby gate, and I fell and hit. But when I hit, I hit so hard that it actually bruised my kidney and made it bleed.
Oh.
But that's where, like, my back spasm and it doesn't even I don't have to do much anymore. And sometimes it just, yeah. Which was, and what I was going to ask is, nothing works for you either, probably stretching or nothing in the moment.
In the moment, no, but if I can get ahead of it, if I can make sure to do all of my back stretches, I have to have space to do them though, but I have to do all my stretches. I have to keep up with it. I'm going to have to lose weight because of the injury. I'm not moving the way I was. And I can eat anything I want except for cheese, but I have to keep moving. That's the secret to not gain weight. Well, as you know, when you have a bad back, what's one of the things you're not supposed to do? Put on weight.
Yeah.
Because it makes it harder, and it does pull on my back. Then what's one of the first things you do when you have an injury? Pull on weight because you're not moving because it hurts.
Yeah.
But no, with the back, what my chiropractor said, he's like, I don't know how you managed to do it, but you managed to rotate discs in your spine opposite ways. There's no way I could have done this. I did not do anything out of the norm.
It must have been something where you were probably overworking as usual as a Taurus, and the muscles were pulling, and it just took that 1 second to pull just right, for the last time.
Okay,
and then,
there you go.
Hold on. Let's see, add to stage. Aerostech. Ooh. Okay, baby.
Now, granted, that's in euros, but yeah, it's about $300.
I'll take it, dude. All right, I know what I'm saving up for myself for Christmas. But yeah, no, with back pain, always stretching, gotta lose weight, gotta stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's where I fall is I don't hydrate enough as it is.
Do you like coconut water?
I do.
You want to drink 16 ounces of that per day. It does help.
Oh, I'm going to try that.
It helps a lot. When I first started drinking it, I was pounding 30 ounces a day.
Wow. I'm going to have to try that because, yeah, I have a bad problem of remembering to drink water. I can remember coffee, but not water.
I know, right? No, it also helps your brain recover. So when you've been under a lot of stress or overworking. But let's see, coconut water. And then what I do is I have glasses and they're measured. So 16-ounce glasses, 20-ounce glasses, whatever. And what I'll do, I'll fill it up.
Correction on correction on that thing. Yeah, here's the
American price. No, fine. Heartbreak.
Yeah, it's about
That's a lot of money.
That's rich
gonna
people.
be for next Christmas.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to pick one off of Amazon. Alicia, give me your link.
Okay. Well, but no, it's just, yeah.
But yeah, I realize how hard it is now. Especially after I hurt my knee this last November, and then add that to oh man, there's some days where you're
just laying there like.
Yeah. Basically, it's feeling better, but it doesn't take much now to like pop it right back to the painful point again.
I was gonna say, I've actually got a lot of stuff. I have to get the room to do the routines, but there are exercises you can do to rehabilitate your feet, your ankles, your knees, your back. And they're very simple, but you have to have the space to do them. My home is in complete chaos right now, so but if you can actually build back up the strength in your knees and stuff, they won't go out, or at least not as quickly.
What about utilizing your shop, like a little in the back or something, putting those devices?
Now that my son's foot is mostly healed, I could get back to the shop, but not before then.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Little man's broken.
Yeah. He's 90% healed. He thinks he's 100%, but he's still only 90. And so, yeah, because once he's healed, I've got a lot of foot exercises that I want him to do to kind of help his club foot and help him rehabilitate. So, because before he had his accident, he was actually taking to demi-plie and ballet exercises. I've got a friend who was born with a club foot, and she said ballet exercises were what helped her recover. And I'm like, and she does all kinds of athletic stuff now.
Okay, here's a cheaper alternative for you.
Oh,
Patches. Oh, hell yeah. All right. Earl, send me the link to everything. You're also going
to do it, Alicia. Let me know. I can do it with you on video in my studio, and we can just studio it out together.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, that's a cheaper alternative, and is pretty much similar to what is used in chiropractor offices.
Yes. No, that would be nice.
Put all the 6 patches.
Yeah, just slap them all over myself.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see my hair standing on end.
Happily.
Oh, God, no. It's because basically what it is, the electrical shock, they're taking away the pain and they're kind of retraining your nerves at the same time. So it's a relief of that just absolute mind-numbing pain. Because it's constant. That's one of the things with back pain. A lot of people will go in for surgery and stuff, but it doesn't take it all away. And they still have to keep going in and keep going in. I remember I went, what was it? God, it had been maybe a year after I had the issue. And I finally went in and was able to see a doctor. And they're like, okay, bend over and touch your toes. And I showed him how far I could bend. He's like, nope, you're going to need surgery. And I said, no. I walked out and never walked back.
I would. Yeah, because sometimes surgery hurts people more than it helps them.
It's a lifetime of pain pills, and there's actually a really high suicide risk with it because the pain just won't stop.
That's kind of was me when they told me about my strictures. They were like, oh, we're going to have to cut it out. And I was like, you're
like,
nothing.
No.
Because it's like as soon as they start that, within, the day, it's like it's a never-ending
process. You are a patient for life.
Yep.
And I already have hospital phobia, so no.
Yeah.
Okay. Wubb's clubfoot treatment actually made it worse. I swear to God, he's got medical PTSD from it.
I bet that's gotta be hard.
They won't diagnose him. He's nonverbal and stuff, and he's a kid. And according to the medical field, kids don't remember anything and babies don't feel pain. All of it's bullshit. So,
speaking of that, I think I was watching something and they said that that's actually a belief they used to have, and they used to give babies like paralyzing things and do whole surgeries on them with no anesthesia because they just believed babies didn't have pain. So babies would just be awake and feeling everything and immobile.
Yeah.
I was like,
we are a horrible species. Yep.
I was appalled. I was just like aghast. I was like,
and that
just saying, how did you ever think that a baby doesn't feel pain?
Because doctors are stupid. And parents a lot of times are stupid enough to go along with what the doctor says without question.
Crazy.
I'm just like, yeah. So yeah.
Didn't they lock the guy who suggested washing hands up in like a mental hospital and then like saving lives in the end?
You're just like, okay, you know what? We don't deserve to live in the species. We're just done here. But No, there's been a lot of controversial shit over the years medically, and you read through it, and everybody's like, "Well, the doctor said." It's like, okay, you do realize we're only about 100 years away from using leeches. Okay, you guys, that really awesome British medical journal, The Lancet, it comes from what they used to do to bleed people because they thought letting out the bad blood was the key to everything.
Everything, yeah. Mm-hmm.
When actually you're making the person weaker, higher chance of death.
Waiting for like the Star Trek doctors and the Voyager doctors, where we just have to have like a little boop.
Did you ever see the show Eureka?
I've heard of it. I think I may have seen an episode or two, but yeah.
It was wonderful. They actually, it was this whole town of geniuses, and they had just advanced way beyond us. And one of the advancements was a smart AI house. But the house had this panel that you just stand in front of, and she ran your entire medical thing. She could tell everything that was wrong with you and give you a report every single morning.
Heck yeah, that's what we need. Shoot.
I was like, that, screw everything else, invest in that.
Which, speaking of medical, how are you guys doing with the water up there?
What you mean?
Des Moines.
Oh, well, according to Des Moines Waterworks, we shouldn't even be using it to cook with.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck? I knew something was wrong because anytime I'd try and drink it, I would get super nauseous. But I was just like, what? So,
the Waterworks plant has never been the same since the flood of '93.
Well, apparently there's some sort of nitrates in it that if you're cooking with it, it will actually make you sick.
Yeah, well, nitrates cause cancer, and the thing that's going on is like there's so much ag or farming in Iowa that the nitrates are going down into the soil and getting into the water. And Des Moines actually has the largest nitrate clearing facility in the world, but there's so much ag and nitrates going into the water that the facility can't keep up anymore.
Holy balls.
And nitrates cause cancer, digestive issues, autoimmune issues, just general sicknesses. And you figure if we're not supposed to be using it to eat, what do you think we're slathering all over our bodies when we're taking a shower?
Yep.
It's like poison.
Well, I'm looking into some filtration and stuff like that. Simply because, I mean, you can't get away from it. So, there's not much you're going to be able to do. But I've got to look up some practical solutions. Or at least workable solutions. How's that? Practical, workable solutions. But yeah.
I was wondering if they had figured it out, got it working again or not, but it doesn't seem like they're going to.
No, I highly doubt it. See, I grew up in Flint, Michigan, and Flint, Michigan's always had terrible water for a really, 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 really long time. So I'm not really a stranger to this, but man, I was really hoping not to see it here.
I went out and I got like a water pitcher, but I'm just like, man, we're gonna have to start buying water for cooking.
No, I've been drinking, making tea and coffee with distilled water for a long time now because the tap water would just make me so unbelievably sick.
Yeah.
Dennis still drinks tap water. He seems to be okay, but the guy could eat rusty nails. I don't know. I don't know what his system is like, but it's amazing. But for my son, myself, my mom, we all drink distilled water because it's just our bodies can't handle it. Good. Cooking though, that's a little rough. My kid loves pasta, so
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And I was like, man, they're gonna hopefully they get their drums at a line there.
I doubt it's gonna happen. I don't know. What about you guys' water over there?
Well, I'm thinking it's probably a whole Iowa thing, but it's just Des Moines is getting the attention on it. But like I said, I switched to I've always kind of drunk bottled water, but I've been thinking about switching to cooking with
Cooking with it is going to be expensive.
Yeah. I guess I'm kind of lost because I'm just like, what do we do? In the situation.
See, for soups and stuff, I would definitely say distilled water. But for pasta, I mean, you're not supposed to use it, but at the same time, you're just going to dump it down the drain. So I don't know. Just, ugh. Yeah.
Catch-22.
No.
But yeah, I was just wondering how you guys were doing, or if they found anything else out up there for you guys.
I highly doubt they're going to be able to do much about it. Unless maybe they had a second filtration plant or they figure something out. I don't know.
Build another second biggest in the world, try to fight it.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, but yeah. Oh, Sheena, I do want to actually do your interview. I ended up running so far behind we couldn't do it before the fair, and I want to be able to do your interview one of these Tuesday night talks. So when are you available?
Pretty much you can tell me when you're doing it and I can just schedule around it.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to try anything for this coming week simply because Mom's back at the office and that's crazy.
Yeah, we can plan it. Yeah, just let me know end of the month when you want to do it and we'll
Sweet.
For it.
Okay. Because I want to do a couple other talks with you about like Beacon Children and some of the other stuff. Also, I wanted to ask you, Sheena and Earl, have you ever had somebody do a 180-degree turnaround on you personality-wise, and it's almost like they're not even seeing you? Like they're seeing something completely different, and you're just like, it's still me. Dude, still me. I would never do that. I would never say that. Hello?
I am not.
Earl?
Not lately, no.
Not lately? Okay. Figured I'd ask. Debbie and I were talking about it. That's a whole nother program.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
I know, right? But it just feels more metaphysically done because it's like the person doesn't even see you. It's like they see something completely different in place of you. It's very weird. It's very weird. And it's unsettling because you're like, what's going on? Did I step into an alternate reality? Where am I at here? So it's very unsettling.
Yeah. That's interesting. Can't wait.
I know. Fingers crossed I can find a couple more experts. Or, I don't know, heavy experiencers. All right, guys. I love you all, but I gotta go to sleep. My eyes are like literally going like this.
All right. Good night. Rest up.
Good night, guys. Thank you for coming on. Night. All right, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Mwah! Bye-bye, butterflies.